what's one thing you hope platforms and brands remember when creating events for creators, especially those from underrepresented communities?
That's a great question. You ate that.
Mhm.
I would say going more so towards the end of the question, talking about what to keep in mind for events and programming for like underrepresented creators. It's like really kind of like you were talking about, be intentional about the events that you're throwing. Like don't make it seem like you're just putting together a multicultural, a black, a queer, or whatever space just to, like check off a box and to say like, yeah, we did it, but like actually show that you're like pouring into the community and intentionally getting to know the creators in that space as well as the spaces that you're putting these creators in. Like I think the Juneteenth one was great because we went to a black owned business. The owner of the restaurant was there and was talking to creators and networking with creators. And like I said, like the food was very intentional. The staff that was there was very intentional. The YouTube employees that were there were also very intentional, and it created a space where you could make content, you could network with people, and it was a very friendly and like low stakes kind of event. And I think we could use a lot more of those for other brand events, for other activations, because a lot of times being a creator is very isolating. We don't really like go out and interact with other creators very often if you're not in a big city. And it can be scary. Like interacting with influencers can be scary because a lot of us get like this rep for being like super like, "Hi, how are you?" Right, right. And like that's just like not the case for so many creators. And going into that space for the first time or one of the first few times can be really intimidating. So bringing those barriers down and making spaces really intentional is what I'd say.
I love that. Being intentional with the swag, being intentional with the location, being intentional with the people you invite for the staff, being intentional with the people that you invite as creators, being intentional to make sure that there are photo moments, making sure that there are things that can bridge them together. Because they had a bracelet making section with all the colors for our flag, if you feel me. They also had these like really cool pins and stuff. They had a section where we could make a that feedback that I was telling you about with the paint that was specifically the colors of the flag again, because everything was like super intentional. And then there was a photo moment at the very back that said Creative Collective with the blocks and stuff. And like all the spaces had ample, like I said, shade.
Mhm.
It wasn't super hot, it was nice, and it was beautiful also just to see the plants and, like, butterflies that came in. It was like namaste.
It was,
Okay, it was very
yeah,
it was chill.